Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our daily advice for November 16th, 2017. Thank you for joining me. So we're going to be looking at the energies that surround us at this time, that influence us at this time, and what we need to know about them so that we can use them for our highest good. The message for today is talking about bringing harmony back into our lives, restoring peace, restoring harmony, calming things down, by using our own wisdom, trying to be calm and rational as opposed to just being emotional and reacting before thinking and overreacting before actually processing what's going on. The first card that we have is the Moon card. So with the Moon card, this is emotional energy. So this is a lot of fears, doubts, hopes, expectations, our subconscious, okay? And it's a very emotional place to be. It creates a lot of confusion, okay? Because with the Moon, you have illusion and delusion, because when we are being emotional and we're not grounded, okay, where we have just the element of water, we don't have pentacles to ground us, we don't have swords to get us out of our emotions and a little bit more rational, and we don't have wands to bring in some fire, to bring in some drive to get things going, to clear things up. In water, we can just dwell there and we can get lost there. Like in a lake, we're not really going anywhere, but we're just going deeper and deeper. And so the Moon talks about where we don't see situations, where we don't see things properly because they trigger us emotionally. Before we have a chance to process what has been said or what is happening, we are triggered emotionally, and that's it. We lose the plot. We just misinterpret, we overreact, or we shut down emotionally, okay? But we come from a very emotional place, okay? And it's also about cycles. And if you've ever tried to assess or analyze a situation when someone is being very emotional, oftentimes their reactions coming from an emotional place, what they do is they just make it more emotional. They take things deeper and deeper into that emotional wishy-washy energy, so that in the end it's very difficult to know what's real anymore, and it's very difficult to get out of it, okay? Because the illusion starts to replace reality for us at some point if we're not careful. In today's energy, we do have the King of Swords. So he is the high thinker. He is the clear thinker. He is the rational individual. The King of Swords is someone who's very passionate. Don't be fooled that the King of Swords has no emotion or passion. He definitely has emotion. He definitely is a passionate man. However, he understands from a rational perspective, if that makes sense, and as much as that makes sense, he understands when his emotions are helping and when they are damaging a situation or confusing a situation. And he can control his emotions. He can set them aside and just focus on what is real, and focus on what is fair, and focus on what is right. And that's the King of Swords. So that's our energy for today. That's what we can do. That's what we can accomplish. And that's our guidance. Whenever we find ourselves in situations that are confusing, overwhelming, we're not always going to know if what we're looking at is really what's going on, or if it's just our emotions warping reality. But a good way to tell that is if we're triggered emotionally. If there's a negative reaction or an overwhelming type of energy that we feel within a situation that makes us feel like we have to be on edge, or we have to protect ourselves, or we have to rush, or we have to, we're just on edge, okay? If a situation is triggering us emotionally, first and foremost, chances are we may not see things exactly for what they are because of that emotional perspective. So that's the time to become aware of that and to take charge of that. To say, okay, well, I know that I'm being a little bit more emotional right now. I know that I'm being a little bit more sensitive right now, so I can't take what I see or perceive for granted for the truth. I need to double check. And that kind of energy, remember we were talking yesterday about taking a deep breath, because that allows our brains to kick in, our rational mind to kick in, as opposed to just reacting or overreacting to a situation. It's a similar energy, where the King of Swords is mature energy. So this is about rising above, not ignoring our emotions, not trying to sweep them under the rug, not trying to suppress them. That's not what this is. It's acknowledging them, but it's also acknowledging the fact that because of intense emotion that we may be feeling or experiencing, we should double check our facts. We should make sure that what we're perceiving is so because of that emotional state that we find ourselves in. Just to make sure that we're seeing things clearly, just to make sure that we don't say or do something that's not necessary that may end up hurting someone or ourselves, okay? And the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with is the Ten of Pentacles. So that is happiness, it is family, it is peace, harmony, is being fulfilled, is having everything that you need, taken care of, feeling supported, feeling loved, feeling protected, feeling safe, feeling at home. So these energies could apply in family relationships, relationships with close friends who feel like family, relationships with a partner or a spouse, where there has been confusion, and where there is confusion, there are oftentimes arguments, and feeling lost, okay? But today we can clear that up. We can try a different approach. We can try a different perspective and try to look at things from a rational point of view, from a logical point of view, double checking our facts, making sure that we see what is really going on before we get to make a decision about it. And that's how we can restore the peace. That's how we can bring families back together. That's how we can bring relationships back together. That's how we can strengthen a relationship. That's how we can feel the abundance of the relationships that we do have already. Because when we start to see them for what they really are, oftentimes, especially with these types of relationships that the Ten of Pentacles talks about, we do see that we are loved, that we are protected, that we are safe, that we are on the same page, that we do want the same things, that we do care for each other, that we have everything we need, that this is a good relationship, that this is a good partnership. It's just a lot of different emotions that get in the way. But as long as we're aware of that, then we can pay attention and nip something in the bud before it turns into a big overreaction or a big drama. And our guidance card is Lavender, number 44. Connect to body, mind, and soul. So 4s are all about strong foundations, stability, harmony, structure, bringing structure back, and structure in terms of knowing what's what, knowing what it is that you can count on, that is a fact, that is the truth, that does not change, that's your foundation. Okay, it's that knowledge. And it's about connecting or reconnecting, solidifying foundations, building or restoring foundations, and continuing to build on what is worth it. Okay, and we see what is worth it by using our wisdom, by thinking before we speak, thinking before we act, thinking before we react, understanding our own emotions and where they're coming from, and when it's okay to listen to them and when it's okay to actually say, you know what, that may be confusing me right now. I'm just going to try to focus on the facts here. So that is our message for today. I hope the message makes sense, and I hope that it helps if you're dealing with these energies. Let me know what the cards are talking about for you. Let me know what's going on for you. And I do hope that this helps. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me, for supporting my work. I do appreciate it, for being patient with me through this very busy, challenging time, especially in terms of time management. There's not a lot of time to manage. And I just wanted to say thank you. And a reminder that there's a special running, so if you're interested in that, go to the specials page on my website. And if you're interested in any other type of reading, you find them on the services page on my website. But thank you so much for all your support. Let's have an absolutely beautiful day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.